guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to Adam's Quest. In the last episode, we were somehow able to escape our latest bear hyena attack without a single scratch on us. A lot of it was thanks to creatures like Leap, of course, and creatures like Kuvan too with their toxic bodies. They were able to essentially scare the bear hyena away from attacking their babies because it didn't want to munch on anything that could potentially poison it. Of course, the creature who landed the killing blow was none other than the Destroyer himself. Orion has already proven himself to be an invaluable member of the tribe and a very good guard to our bluebird family. He's even attracted the attention of certain young individuals, though Ruriko is starting to wonder if maybe something else would help grab his attention more. The poison berries haven't really done the trick, but she knows that the bluebird feathers need to be passed on to somebody in their line. So maybe she'll try in this episode to do her best to earn them. She knows she just can't take them after all. Leap is going to want to make sure that whoever leads the tribe next is going to be a fit for the job. Ghoul was actually going to start making her way over to the carnivorous plant, just like her mother wanted her to see if she could gather up those fruits safely without getting munched in the process, and hopefully prove to the rest of the tribe that she is much stronger than where she came from. But she's a little bit distracted at the moment by our resident friendly bear hyena, Rasp, who has been trying his best to lead her in the right direction. I think she's kind of smitten with him at this point. She really respects his strength, and she feels very grateful for the way that he protected her, because she was a little bit too afraid to get involved with the less friendly bear hyena situation. So as her little brothers perhaps hop in the direction of Kuvan, because he has also mysteriously gained favor with the twins, much to Leap's disapproval. Maybe we'll see if Ghoul can start a little family of her own. We'll have to take a look at her mutation menu, of course, because we do want to try to breed that deformed paw out of her line. But other than that, she is surprisingly healthy. She does have a little bit of short-sighted eyes in her genetics too, but we can't look at the bear hyena's genetics, so we don't really know if that's going to be a problem. For now, I think what we'll do is place the running leg into her mutation menu, into her very first slot, because that should at least help ensure that these bear hyenas will be able to run a bit faster. We do know that our hybrids are often very, very slow. Then before she leaves, she can at least hopefully ensure that her line will continue in a very strong way. Oh, excellent. We were able to finish that one off in one shot. So I think she will start making her way toward that carnivorous plant on the next turn, but at least we know that she has potentially a very, very strong baby to share with the rest of the tribe. Now, Van Kier Duke, you might want to move a little bit further away from all of those bugs. That is the one issue with sending so many creatures into the swamplands, and I think that's actually what most of Leap's problem is right now. He's worried that Kuvan is leading his babies straight into the arms of danger because he knows what sorts of things could be waiting for them there. The bugs aside, this was exactly where the bear hyena spawned. I think Kuvan is a little bit more oblivious though. He came from a family who all watched after each other. He was adopted by Roro even. So he doesn't see the problem in making sure that all of the other kids are safe with him too. And he certainly doesn't see the problem in walking into the swamp because he is the king of the swamps after all. This is kind of his home. Now, meanwhile, back on our healing island, Chime and Sunrise are starting to get along very, very well together. He can sing his songs to soothe the hearts of those who need to be healed, while Sunrise goes around the island and makes sure that all of her fruits are growing back properly. So I think it's pretty clear that they're going to start a little healing line together, but I have something very special in store for them. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, if we place the water body into both of their mutation menus, maybe we'll see little water babies sprout up in their line. That would be perfect for them, because then all of the creatures with the water-breathing skill can dive deep, deep into the ocean and see if they can find more life-bringing fruits to heal their tribe mates with. So let's bring Sunrise over next to Chime, so he should be able to breed with her, and then she can settle down in the nest. I'm going to leave their other mutation menu slots open for now, just in case we want to increase the odds by placing the water body in the second slot. I do know that she has the hemophilia as well, but I'm going to be a little bit risky and ignore that for now in favor of the water body instead. Now, Amazon, meanwhile, seems to have attracted the attention of the Krabbits, which often means that they have some sort of a test to give our creatures. But I think that's something that Orion would be really interested in as well. So as he searches the land for food, for something to bring back to his bluebird family, of course, maybe this is what he's going to find. We'll have Amazon try to confuse the Krabbit by jumping side to side, but clearly it's going to take a little more than that to take this Krabbit down. That's why she needs somebody to lend her a hand, and I think Orion, with his equal strength, is going to be just the sort of creature for the job. Now, thankfully, everything still looks very, very peaceful over here by this tree, where Hopper and Cicada have started a little family of their own. We might as well see if they can have another baby on this turn too. So quite a few babies are just about to be born here. We'll have Hopper go ahead and breed with Cicada so she can place down her nest, and then I guess Hopper can use the rest of his turns to make sure that they're friends, of course. Myth and Trance will be able to join them over here. Trance is a little bit upset with himself right now because he feels like he failed his brother. He was meant to guide him in the right direction, but for whatever reason, his powers, his mystical abilities to sense the danger in the area just did not work in his favor. So now Myth's lifespan is almost completely finished, all thanks to the shaman's curse. And though he's trying desperately to find more of these water plants to eat, it's still not going to give him very much time. Now, the only creatures left should actually be the ones way back here in the swamps. So Kukirkir actually started another little family with Junebug. We now have a Mantis and we have Shadow. The very, very strange omen, if nothing else. It's so odd to see this baby come from someone like Kukirkir, who is part of our beacon line, but I guess he's actually going to have to stay right here just to be close to his babies. We'll go ahead and change their gems over to the yellow color, I suppose, because that would probably fit best with this family. And then we should be all out of our turns now, so we can pick a family to watch as their babies are born. Why don't we settle in over here right with a Sunrise, because I'm really, really hoping that we're going to see the water body on their babies. Oh my goodness, I think we actually did? Did we get lucky on our very first try? Oh my goodness, and you look like a little clown koi. The only thing he's missing is like a white mask, some sort of marking just like the fish, but he is still very, very cute and a wonderful addition to our healing shores. Yeah, let's get a better look at this guy. Oh my gosh, the little fin on his back is too adorable. And he does have the pink ram horns too, like many of our jungle families. So that's an interesting thing to note, but I definitely want to give these babies kind of musical names to go along with Chime's family. So we'll call their first baby Chirp. Thanks to their affinity for singing and for swimming as well, they'll almost be like little sirens, I suppose. Though not quite as menacing, their singing would be to lure the creatures over for healing and not to trick them. Assuming some of them won't end up being particularly nefarious at least. I suppose some of our creatures could lure our others down into the deepest parts of the water, thinking that maybe they'd be able to find some healing fruits down there, but unfortunately for them, that would not be the case. But let's see if we can keep our good luck streak going and scoot Sunrise over here, so she can hopefully have another baby with a Chime. We'll see if maybe they end up with the water body too. Now let's sniff around before we go any further, just to make sure that nothing is lurking around here. Oh, look at this. It looks like Rasp is actually trying to lead Ghoul over to that carnivorous plant. He is drawing her straight in that direction. So why don't we have her do just that before she ends up getting swarmed by any of the bugs herself? We'll have her scoot her way right around the Berryina after we have Hopper jump back here to snag up a bunny for his family, especially with so many new babies in the nest. Oh my gosh, we have the antlers! Our very first baby with the antlers, and how cute is he? He looks like a little lion, just like his brother, though with majestic deer antlers buried in his mane. So I think we'll name this baby Stag, not only in relation to the antlers, of course, but also because it could follow his mother's theme of bugs. Maybe something like the stag beetle. I'm really glad that we managed to pull that genetic out of their lines though, and hopefully we'll be able to keep it too, because I'm not sure how long it's going to take for us to make it to any sort of mountain, and we do need the colder climates to unlock that in the mutation menu. So Myth, I wonder if he's going to be able to find any more healing fruits? Oh, we have one over here. Okay, so why don't you try to lure Myth in this direction? Though it doesn't seem like he's going to be able to eat it in time. He can at least set up nearby, but he only has 3 days remaining on his lifespan, so this might truly be where his story comes to an end. Trance, I guess, is going to have to prepare to send him off. That's all that he can really do at this point because he knows there's no fixing that curse. He might even set up an area right by this rock over here as a little grave marker, something to bury his remains by. And I'm sure their new friends would be willing to help out in whatever way they can too. We'll keep Cicada and Hopper right in the area so they can support them in this difficult time. Now Ghoul has one more space to jump, but she also has somebody following very close by in her trail. Oh my goodness, Rarico, you can move so far? You can literally catch up to Ghoul in just one turn, and she's not even fully grown yet. Alright Ghoul, you are really going to have your work cut out for you because if Rarico wants to essentially steal the spotlight, this would be her chance. She could probably swoop in and grab all of those delicious fruits before Ghoul can even make her first move. Leap, after all, is still watching Kuvan and the twins like a hawk as they scoot ever deeper into the swamplands, closer and closer to all of those buzzing little insects. He's worried that they're going to end up getting the sleeping sickness just because they're following after this equally radioactive creature. So he'll stay in their shadow for now, just in case, picking his berries along the way to make sure everybody has their food to eat. And likewise, Orion needs to see if he can maybe lend Amazon a paw. We'll bring him over here behind the Crabbit to try to grab its attention, though it still seems strangely locked straight onto Amazon right now, and she does have the sleeping sickness too, so she's a little bit weak. As long as they can find a way to work together though, and finish off that Crabbit once and for all, then I know these two very strong-willed individuals will be happy with themselves. It looks like they'll even be able to pick up some fish in the water too, as long as they keep swimming downstream, right into the tide pools. Oh, that's interesting. With all the fish that spawn up here by the swamplands, we might want to make sure that we have somebody set up to do all the fishing right by this waterfall, to catch them as they try to escape off into the ocean. Pebble is also sick, so let's make sure that he follows after Orion, and then Gravel can try his best to pick up all of the food that they leave behind them. Now the Jungle family can finally get back to picking their stinky fruits. But first, let's see if the newest little baby, oh yes, has the stinky tail. Excellent. That's what we want to see because we need somebody desperately to chase away all of these bugs from their less lucky family members. So I think we'll name this little baby Wasp, to go along with her sharp appearance and her yellow fur, and we'll try our best to save her mother and her sister from certain doom by moving them a little bit further down the shore. They can at least continue to pick the berries for the baby, so she'll have plenty to eat as soon as she has the energy to move. And then it's time for us to do a little bit more exploring over on this side of the island, where we know that pesky ape is waiting for us somewhere nearby. Along with the bunnies too, apparently. I guess the bunnies don't often draw the attention of the apes, so they're free to roam around and steal all of our berries most likely. So Thorn, why don't you do the job first? You can show your father and your uncle how good you are at picking those fruits off the tree, and then Beetle can lick that stinky juice off of you. Then we can have him move a bit further into the jungle and sniff around, listen around too. Oh my gosh, it is still hiding from us. Bumble is kind of trapped in by all of his berries right now, so he's going to have to move his way around the shore to get to the rest of his family, but we want them all to be together at this point. We need to make sure they'll be able to band together in case the ape does cause a problem, but fingers crossed it won't come to that. Oh my gosh, and look how tiny Shadow looks compared to the rest of his family. He really is an interesting little creature. Something tells me he would actually be a little bit quieter than most though. Very, very reserved and partially just from losing his family at such a young age. Even Kukirkir doesn't have much longer left in his lifespan. So maybe we should consider bringing his family back to the rest of the tribe. He would want to make sure that they will be kept safe too. So why don't we have him move across the stream? Oh, wait a second, that's where the bugs are? Okay, then he would not want his babies to go there. We'll make sure that they go the tried and true route then, where the bugs aren't quite so much of a problem. Mantis, who might as well be the opposite of his very quiet brother, would be more likely to charge ahead and carve out that pathway. And then I believe that should once again be the end of our turns. So let's see if Chime and Sunrise's second baby is going to be just as lucky as their first. Oh no, I think I see some fluffier fur than what we saw on our previous baby. So this one unfortunately does not have the water body, but she does have it in her inactive traits. So there's still a possibility that we could see it pulled out later on. So that means that she might be more suited to her father's role of singing to the rest of the tribe. But I think we're going to give her the name Glow, thanks to her fiery appearance just like the rest of her family, and we'll see if perhaps she can be the one to help lure all of the creatures over for healing. She can help them by land while her brother goes into the ocean and finds the fruits. We'll change their gems to a different color too. You know, I think we're actually going to stick with Sunrise's color scheme for that, because they should all be healers. So green and blue will be our healing colors. Now you two back here, where did our friendly Berryina run off to? Oh, way down to the ports? Oh, this is an interesting development. Okay, cool, maybe he's trying to tell you something different now. In fact, it seems to me that he wants to meet his new baby. Maybe he's hoping that Ghoul will use this nest right next to all of the savannah ports to have their first baby together. That will unfortunately mean that she won't be able to get to this carnivorous plant in time, because Rarico has other plans. There's another patch of bugs over here though, which I'm sure Hopper is not at all happy to see. He is probably so scared right now. He does not want his family getting cursed with the sleeping sickness again. Rarico is not so deterred though. She can swipe open that plant, and on the next turn, we'll have her gather up all of those wonderful fruits. We'll have her complete the mission that was not technically given to her, but that she has taken for herself nonetheless. Now Myth is down to his very last day. He has one more fruit to eat, but it's not going to be enough to let him live another day. So I guess that means he's going to have to settle down on the shore. You know, I don't think he would harbor any ill feelings toward Trance, but that wouldn't really be enough to soothe his regrets. So despite the fact that he could end up catching that curse yet again, he is not going to move away from his brother's side tonight. He's going to stay right here to help guide him on to his next life, and to reflect himself over what he could have done differently to save him. We might as well have Hopper and Cicada have one more baby too. Lions are known for their large families after all, so let's go ahead and have them breed again. Then hopefully Cicada can set up right in her old nest, pick up her acorns like usual. I think these are probably becoming her very favorite snack. She really enjoys the lovely taste of the forgotten acorns that so few of her tribe mates have ever tried before. Oh, and lucky Duke Fawn, it looks like you might be able to do your very first, attempt at hunting anyway. I guess your brother is going to have to dive in and try to help you. Oh, you guys are getting kind of far into the swamps now. maybe your father was right. In fact, I don't think he would want to watch them scoot off much farther without him. He would dive in to keep watch. And in the process, I bet that would completely scare away the bunny. You know, it's so far away. Oh, they're probably so mad at their dad. They had the perfect opportunity to get some food for the tribe, and now it has been stolen from them. Kuvan, as slow as he is, would still waddle deeper and deeper into the swamps. And look at this, they did actually find their bunny after all, but it knows that they're far too tired after chasing it deep into the swamplands to do much more damage now. Yeah, they're probably pretty annoyed with their dad, but Leap only has their best interests in mind, and he's still rather jealous of all the attention that they're giving to Kuvan, so you can understand his haste. Now it looks like Orion and Amazon might finally have their chance to beat this Krabbit. Amazon still only has one turn, but she can at least slap it from behind, and that'll give Orion the chance to hit it from behind too, and then take it out entirely so they can share the Krabbit meat together. Though most of it is probably going to go toward the Bluebird family for Orion's share. He knows that that's his job. He might also consider maybe inviting Amazon to join their tribe. After seeing how strong she is, he knows that she might be able to help him protect this side of the island. Now, I'll bet Gravel and Pebble are starting to really miss all of those healing fruits. It's been so long since they last tasted them and were able to dive into the ocean like their father, but that means that they will have to steal some of the remedies from right under Sunrise's nose. Though thankfully she does have quite a bit of work to do right now, watching after her babies. Oh, we can have Chime try his best to maybe dig up some little morsels on the seafloor. Though without Kuvan's very, very helpful platypus beak, that might be a little bit harder than he anticipated. We'll bring Sunrise over here to watch after both of her babies and maybe try her hand too. Nope, still no luck. But on the plus side, it would seem as if Wasp's stinky tail has managed to successfully defend her family from those awful bugs. So now they can feast. Look how many of these poison berries they have to pick off of these bushes. Because the bunnies don't bother with them, we haven't had to worry about anybody stealing their main source of food. The stinky fruits, however, are a bit of a different situation. You know, I wonder if the ape is over here eating this thing? Do they like to eat the stinky fruits? I mean, we haven't gotten close enough to sniff around the area, so why don't we stay in our hearing mode? Just so our creatures can hopefully listen very, very closely. Oh my gosh, it did set up right next to the stinky fruits. Okay, so here is going to be our test. All of these creatures have the stinky tail, so theoretically with their distasteful scent, the big-nosed ape shouldn't want to mess with them. It shouldn't want to get anywhere near their awful aroma. So we're going to see if that works. We're going to form a little bit of an unlikely, rickety alliance with this ape and see if it decides to attack us. It's even sitting right inside a little mud pile. Very, very interesting. Well, let's bring Beetle over to this side so we're at least not right next to him, because that could definitely spell disaster for our creatures. And we'll bring Thorn down to the water to say hello to the fishies, maybe to calm his mind a little bit, because I'm sure he's very, very nervous right now. Their hearts have to be beating like straight out of their skin. It looks like Shadow can go ahead and pick up his second gem. And it also seems as if we have a little bunny back here. Oh, Kukirkir, you can't resist, can you? This was probably the bunny that you were trying to catch for your family before. Well, look at this, you've even unearthed some more from this bunny burrow. So at least your kids have some extra bunnies to hunt. I wonder if those are the same bunnies that our bluebird twins were chasing after? This land does connect to our little grass den. So I guess that could actually be the case. Well, Shadow, I wonder if you would want to follow in your father's footsteps. You can actually jump all the way over here and try to swipe at the bunny. There you go, good job, little guy. I bet your brother is going to be quite impressed. Maybe even a little bit jealous, it depends if he wanted all of his father's attention for himself. But that should once again be the end of our turns. So let's go back to our jungle family and see what is going to happen here. They don't have any of those smelly debuffs on them, so theoretically, the ape should leave them alone. Oh, but it seems to have actually stolen some of the fruits after all. Okay, that's what I was wondering. So that's why this ape has been hanging around this tree for so long. He's just picking up his own food in the process. Very, very interesting. Luckily, we don't have to worry too much because it grows right back. But I think our alliance may actually be in effect. Who would have thought that our jungle tribe could learn to live with the apes? I mean, they're close enough now that if the big-nosed ape wanted to mess with them, he definitely could. The question is now, what's going to happen when we steal all of his food? I don't think he's going to be too happy about that, but we do need to stockpile our food. So we'll just make sure that Thorn, of course, licks all of that stench off of Beetle's fur. And then he should be okay now because, again, we don't have the debuff on our creatures. Poor Bumble has kind of gotten a little bit far behind as well. Well, let's have him at least pick up some of the food because we do still need to make sure that we're gaining supplies rather than losing them, thanks to our heightened population. And we can have a wasp go after him anyway to maybe help out with this tree over here. We still do need somebody else to lick that stench off of anybody who happens to pick those fruits. Then we can have Fang go ahead and clean up her old nests on what is going to be her very last day. So it's a good thing that she has Daylily by her side, who she can share all of the secrets of picking up these poison berries to. Many of our other tribe mates should be feeling the same sort of sadness right now. Like Shadow over here, who has just lost his father, so soon after losing his mother, and so soon after his birth too. That leaves him all alone in the swamplands because his brother has run off, perhaps in spite of his father's favor. And then we have Myth, who has certainly passed away by now, right next to the same little rock that Trance was going to use as a marker for its grave. So he can request that all of his new friends maybe helps him bury his brother, and then he's going to need a lot of extra time to reflect and figure out where he's going to go next. But it seems as if yet another golden baby has been born in the nest, and with those antlers again. Excellent, so this family is really going to be quite different from the rest of them. They have some very, very unique genetics. They've managed to pull the cracker jaw out of their father's mutation menu every single time. So going along with the bug theme again, I think we'll name this baby scarab the golden-maned Savannah Prince. And now we have quite a few little lions who are ready to dive into the savannas. Oh my gosh, another set of twins? And these two look like they might actually be complete identical twins, down to every last genetic in their line. Oh, that is so cool. No wonder Rasp wanted us to have our babies now. Well, I think we'll name the older of the twins Beast, and then we'll name the younger of the twins. Let's see if we can find him here. There he is, Bear. Two very, very fitting names for Bearina siblings. They do have their mother's derp snout, of course, but they are going to be quite strong, thanks to their Bearina genetics, the big body and the Bearina claw. And the runner leg that we placed inside her mutation menu should help them out too. We're actually very, very lucky that they managed to pull that out instead of the deformed paw. So we've already managed to make her line into a stronger part of the tribe. Maybe that was meant to be her duty all along. Maybe she doesn't need the bluebird feathers to prove that she's strong and capable and that she's able to help her tribe. And then meanwhile, Rarico is just blinded by her need to impress all of her tribe mates. So she is going to pick every last one of these fruits from this carnivorous plant, despite all of the bugs buzzing around her. And then she's going to bring them all to her father, Leap, who is still having a little bit of an argument with his half-brother Kuvan. It's kind of sad because they don't even realize that they're related. These two are family members, and they're all just trying to look out for the kids. They want the same thing for them, which is safety and security. So in the next episode, we'll have to see what becomes of them. It seems at this point that Ruriko is going to be the one to take on the bluebird feathers, but where does that leave our bluebird twins? Are they going to charge off deeper into the swamplands and find a different home for themselves? A different way of life, maybe? Or are they going to slowly come around to their father's ways and realize that family is more important than pride? We'll find out next time, but for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys!